Hello everyone, and welcome to the first tutorial on how to paint a unicorn on your face. You will want to have your paints ready and your brush loaded and start looking at where you want to paint. For the nose, you want to be able to basically create a triangle between your lips and the crease of your mouth. That way when you smile, it doesn't overlap any lines that we're trying to do. So as you can see, I'm filling it all in right here and kind of just looks like a little mini Pac-Man. And that's how you know you're getting a good side profile for a horse. Then you want to draw the cheekbone, which is usually just a circle. Fill it in. If any of you have trouble drawing horses, just look up a couple sketches on how to, and you can just paint that on the side of your face just like you would draw it. So fill it in as much or as little as you like. And I put an ear kind of on the tip of my eye, and I just bring the neck down right there, or you can bring it all the way down your face. Okay, when doing the horn, you want to look at your nose and just kind of play around with it. This part's tricky, so don't get too worried about it. Just start painting and you can correct any mistakes later. Just get a rough outline of where you want its horn to be. As you can see, the horn I did is just very rough sketch, and I'm going to already start filling in my background color so I can start working with it. Okay, this is very important to fill in your nostril because it is very distracting in the video to see a dark hole right there. And you can fill in the paint as thick as you want. You can do lots of different colors. I like to do just one solid color so that it's not distracting from the picture. Okay, here I changed the lighting so that you could see how sharp I want the lines to be. You're going to really want to load your brush up, and I would suggest mixing it with some water and the color that you're using to outline. It makes it go a lot smoother and go a lot further. Now I sped my video up, but you'll want to take your time because anywhere that you messed up, like where I messed up on the horn, this is where you go over it with your line to create the barrier between the character and the background, or the sky in this case. As you can see, I'm reapplying the paint to the brush many times in this stage of the painting. And I'm just going along with how my face looks. So as you can see, that's the bottom of my nose, and it kind of created a dark shadow, but I'll show you a little bit later how to cover it up. You have to let it dry first, otherwise it doesn't work, it just smudges it. Now, mind you, I did this entire painting looking into my small Samsung phone while recording, so if there's anything sloppy, you can always take as much time as you want on your paintings and look in a mirror, have good lighting. But when it comes to art, you can just have fun with it. You can play around with the colors and see what pops on the camera and what doesn't. So I'm just filling in some hair, the horse's mane, and what makes cartoons really pop is having the blacks, the shadows, and the lights, the whites, pop out. That contrast creates a more three-dimensional look. And then this is where it's up to you on the details. Do you want it to be a boy or a girl? Do you want it to be surprised, happy, sad? You can just make its face look however you want. I think I just went with a single lash look and had it kind of looking either off in the distance or looking at its horn on its head, depending on what its other eye is doing on the other side. And so down here for the facial structure around the lips, that'll depend on what your face looks like. And I decided that I want it to be more straight, and as you can see, I smeared it a little bit, so I had to let that dry a little bit longer. Okay, coming back to the horn. So I wanted to add some highlights to the top to make the horn look like it's more round and not flat. And I did this by putting white at the top, but not covering the outline. And I figured that the nose needed it a little bit as well, the nostril. And any highlights on the face that you want to stand out, you need to put white on it. This is what the camera picks up for structure. It sees the lights and the darks a lot better than just a flat, one-colored picture. And of course, I always add in more to match the style of it. So this unicorn is a little more organic with its mane and its horn, and it's very free with the color choice. So I just kind of played around with it and had some fun with it. Gave it some lips. And just basically made it all look like it goes together. And no part was left out. Okay, going back over the parts that got smeared or I changed, it had time to dry. So now I'm just making that line darker. And I decided that it needed the same idea for the mane, to make the mane look a little more put together. It's amazing how just lines can make it look more like real hair. Really pink, colorful hair. And then I got the yellow and I brought it back in where it was supposed to not have that much black. And I decided that that was good enough. I didn't need to work it any further. You can perfect it as much as you want or as little as you want. It's really up to you. But this is a fun thing you can do for kids' parties, for your own get-togethers. You can make some funny videos. If you follow me on TikTok, feel free to duet me. I would love to see your work and your style and what you come up with. I'm just adding the finishing touches here to where I'm satisfied, and I always tell myself I'm not going to do this, and right at the end I do. I like to bring the black or the shadowing in side the mouth a little bit, and that's what makes the teeth pop a little more. So you have to let that dry, otherwise it gets all over your teeth. A few more finishing touches here. And I'd say it's starting to look like a unicorn. What do you guys think? Just a few more finishing touches here, and there you go. There's always more you can do, but at the end of the day, it's just fun to paint and play around. There you go. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to leave a comment down below or questions that you have that I can help with. If you have TikTok, feel free to duet me. I would love to see your work and see what you guys come up with trying this fun unicorn look. So yeah. And I'm excited to share the love, share the talent. It's pretty fun. You can make faces with it, and happy, sad, disgusted, surprised, smiling, whatever you'd like. Anyways, thank you all so much for following me and subscribing. I really appreciate you all. I love you all, and have a great day.